Welcome to the GOAT debate. I'm Drew Brophy. This is my co-host,
I'm Chastyn Blake.
and we are debating who is better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan at basketball. So the GOAT debate is defined as the greatest of all time, and how we define greatness is your overall achievements, accolades, and just how skillful you are as a player, as well as how athletic you are. So I'm defending LeBron James. He's defending Michael Jordan, right? So I think LeBron James as a player, like we define greatness as like overall achievements, right? LeBron James has most career points of all time, like 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. I think statistically, he's by far the best player of all time. Okay. And he's been able to sustain that over 20 plus years in the league. So, and he throws 4 championships and 4 finals MVPs on top of that. I think it's hard that you say Michael Jordan's a GOAT when he has those types of accolades.
I think MJ's the GOAT because his overall achievements is like 6 championships, 6 MVPs, and like 6 finals MVPs. So, and many other great players like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant even mentioned that their idol was Michael Jordan and everybody wanted to be like him. So his influence on the game is the best of all time, in my opinion.
Just because someone's your idol doesn't mean you could eventually surpass them someday. And Jordan fans always like to throw out the 6-0 statistic and give like no context behind it. When you look at his team, he had Dennis Rodman, one of the best rebounders of all time, Scottie Pippen, one of the best number twos of all time, to complement him with it. And also, he he had a great coach and also Steve Kerr, who had the highest 3-point percentage of all time. So
I feel like your logic with the team today is like LeBron had the same amount of help. He had Dwayne Wade, who's a top 25 player of all time. He
yeah,
had Chris Bosh.
yeah, but you mentioned these players, but he only played with them for, like, 1 or 2 years. Michael Jordan played with him for some of these guys for about, like, 10 years, all through his prime, all through the '90s. He had this team. He was able to build chemistry with these elite level players, and they enabled him to win
And
championships.
shoot, but in my opinion, I feel like every time things got tough where he was at, he, like, moved teams. So, like,
Te
from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland.
Yeah, you can view that as things getting tough, but I think it's also just dominance over multiple teams. All right, you look at the Cavs. He was drafted #1 overall pick. They were terrible. He led them to a finals within 3 years of being there. Then he leaves and goes to Miami, and he wins 2 championships in 4 years there. Okay, immediately turns the team around. Okay, and then he goes back to Cleveland, where it's terrible there, like not winning any games. Within 2 years, they won the 2016 championship. So I think that's just very impressive. Same thing with the Lakers. He goes to the Lakers within 2 years. He has a championship. So across 3 teams, across multiple decades, he was able to win no matter who his teammates were.
In my opinion, I think Jordan, what he did in the 90s is, like, the best run any player has had because 91, 92, and 93, he won back-to-back-to-back championships. He retired to baseball 94 and 95, and then came back another 3 years and won 3 more. So everybody else that was in the league had no chance in the East and in the West because just Jordan knew.
Yeah, they had no chance because there were no other good teams. If Michael Jordan had to play a team like the 72-10 Warriors, then he wouldn't have won as many championships as he did. The competition LeBron faced throughout the 2010s was, in my opinion, much
I feel
better
like you can't
than
compare eras
these.
because as time moves forward, of course, players are gonna get better, but we're still seeing greatness, so I feel like greatness doesn't have a time limit. It's just whoever was great in the era. Like, Bill Russell was great in the '60s. He won 11 championships. Jordan was great in the '90s. I don't think LeBron was the best in his era. I think many other players were good, like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
Like, they all dominated
they were all good, but none of them come close to LeBron James. It's like LeBron James went to the finals in 2011, and for the next 8 straight years, he went to the finals again and again and again and again. He went to 9 finals in 10 years. I think, his prime over that span was, very impressive. Yeah, you can say Steph Curry, other players in that area were also very good. They don't come close to the prime LeBron James had.
I feel like Jordan's more impressive because he did more in less time. He won 6 championships in 15 years, while LeBron only won 4 championships in 22.
Yeah, you say less time like it's some time constraint he was trying to avoid, okay? He had less time because at 18, he wasn't ready to go to the NBA. He had to go to college for 4 years, okay, because he wasn't NBA ready. LeBron James he didn't do that. He was 18 years old, first overall pick, and won Rookie of the Year right after that.
That's why he's the greatest prospect of all time. Well, I'm not debating that. I'm just talking about he's better in their prime. I feel like I'd rather have Michael Jordan on my team than LeBron James
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I know, but, like, part of this debate is just saying he did more in less time. It's like it was his choices and his decisions that led him to having less time, okay?
I
He
feel like
he had to retire earlier, okay, because he wasn't able to sustain that greatness, okay? He
and
he couldn't get in the league as earlier because LeBron James was just super special coming out of high school, and Michael Jordan wasn't that. He needed those 4 years to develop at North Carolina.
you said that Michael Jordan was useless in his last years, like, he wasn't as good. He averaged 20 points in his last year in Washington. He just retired because he knew there's no point in playing anymore. Like, LeBron James should retire. Like, there's no point in him playing. I feel like the point of basketball is to win, and I don't feel like LeBron James is gonna win in the
Yeah,
next.
it's to win championships. I feel like LeBron James definitely has a chance to do that. LeBron's still averaging over 25 points per game, like 7 assists, 7 rebounds, like, he's sustained that longevity. It's almost the same as when he was in his prime back in the 2010s. And if you throw Luka on his team, I feel like they're definitely championship contenders still, so
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
yes.
What about the wide non-basketball cultural aspect of Michael Jordan versus LeBron?
I feel like, yeah, Michael Jordan has overall the best influence on the game. That's just not about basketball. Because of his shoe brand, like, that's unmatched.
Yeah, I agree. I give that edge to Michael Jordan just because the shoe brand is just so popular, and even if you watch like documentaries like The Last Dance, it describes his like global influence as like insane. Even when he's going to other countries, like during the Olympics, everybody there knows him. They're all like chanting his name. It's crazy. I don't really feel like you get that with LeBron James because like talent has just spread worldwide now. I feel like back in the 80s and 90s, talent was just so centered around America. It was only, like, American-grown talent, and o over the last couple centuries, you see players like Luka and, like, Jokic, that they come to the scene, so it's like people from other countries don't only have to idolize American players, they can idolize players from their own countries.
Yeah. Well, I feel like MJ, his influence on the game is unmatched. Him and Kobe, I feel like, had the most influence because Kobe always wanted to be like MJ. This is why wraps back to my other point. I feel like a lot of NBA players now look up to Michael Jordan. So I feel like influence in other NBA players should go into the GOAT debate. So LeBron's like maybe in the future people will look up to him, but like everybody looks up to Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, not so much as Michael Jordan. I mean to LeBron James. So I feel like
Yeah, I feel like that's just also an age thing. People look up to Michael Jordan because, like, the current players in the NBA now were kids when Michael Jordan was playing. I feel like 15, 20 years from now, you're gonna see a whole wave of players who were just only LeBron James fans, and that's the reason they started playing basketball.
all right. So I feel like MJ's the GOAT because of his influence and his dominance in the 90s. He thinks it's
It's the sustained longevity over, like, many years, like, 9 finals in 10 years, averages 25 throughout all 23 seasons of his career, and he's still going strong even today, so I don't see him retiring anytime soon.
yeah.